Welcome back, delivery family. My name is Kevin, and this is my lovely wife,
Leah.
And today we're here to give you step-by-step directions on how to sign up for the Spark app. Now, Spark is delivering for Walmart or Sam's Club or BJ's or anything to do with the Walmart family.
Yes, anything in the Walmart family.
Okay, so Leah, our resident expert on signing up for things, is going to help us out. All right, Leah, tell us, how do we get started with Spark?
Okay, so you go to sparkdriverapp.com and select sign up. That's how you start your process.
Go ahead. I was just going to ask, for you and I, we've already mentioned several times that Spark is our favorite one to work for.
Yes.
Unfortunately, where we are currently, we don't have that option because it's so saturated with Spark drivers. But hopefully in your area, if you're close to a Walmart or a Sam's Club, this might be a really good option for you.
Yeah, and we have seen that fluctuate a lot because even in our previous area, we now know that the saturation of Spark drivers has kind of depleted a little bit.
Yeah.
So don't forget, things change a lot over time. So don't be discouraged if you don't get on an app right away.
Okay.
Anyways, talking about signing up for Spark.
Our next point.
Okay, so you want to choose the zone that you're in. It'll have you search for an area close to you, or you'll put in like the town you live in. They'll say, "Oh, well, this is the closest Walmart to you," and so they'll tell you what zone is closest. It might say that zone is full. You can always choose one a little bit further away, maybe, but you can always, like I said, check back if a zone is full or things like that as well. Thankfully, where we are now and where we were previously, there was a couple different areas to go to, so you weren't just like out of luck if your zone was full or something like that.
Spark did take a while for both of us to get registered for. Unlike DoorDash and Uber Eats, they were pretty fast, but Spark took a little bit longer, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, so enrollment itself, what are we looking at? What do we have to give out for our personal information?
You gotta give them those personal details. You gotta have your email address, phone number, driver's license information, and then of course all your other personal details. You're gonna have to show them proof of insurance for your vehicle. So this is important, but Spark will give you assistance on this in remembering that your insurance is due or something to that effect. They will not let you drive unless you have an what's the word? Valid a valid auto insurance for the car that you're driving, and they'll double check that, and they'll make sure that you have that, and they'll also give you notifications if it's coming up to be due again. So you'll have to go through all of the insurance areas, and then also you got to do that background check just like all the other apps. They're going to check your vehicle records, your criminal background. Usually takes 2 or 3 days, I'd say. I mean, I think they say 1 to 7 days, but I'd say 2 to 3 days.
Okay, so we got through those parts. We've submitted our information in. How do we get feedback from Walmart to how all of that's going about?
So they're going to keep you updated via email where you're at and things. Excuse me. They'll also give you a link to check your enrollment status within the Spark driver profile page. So you'll be able to go in there and just see exactly where you're at in the process and maybe about how long it's going to take to get to the next step.
Yeah, if I remember right, it took us almost a month or maybe even longer than a month to get signed up for Spark.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that there was 2 different sites though. So the first one, we go to Walmart something, but then we have a Spark driver app.
Yes.
That's different, right?
It is different.
Okay.
So you'll have your Spark driver app, and then you'll complete your signing up through the Spark driver app. You'll use the email that you were provided, that you provided during your setup. They will give you, I think they give you a temporary password, and then you create your own password. They do ask that you authenticate yourself by taking a selfie, uploading your driver's license, and then you sign the contract that they have, agree to terms and conditions, a non-disclosure agreement, and that's it. That's all you got to do.
All right. So we got through the whole process. We're all excited. Day one, Spark delivery driver. I'm going to make some money from Walmart. Okay. What should I expect as a Spark delivery driver on day one? What do I have to do?
So the best thing to do is go to Walmart. They're going to give you orders based on your proximity to a Walmart.
So are you saying like literally sit in the Walmart parking lot?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what we have done in the past, is that we would go and sit in the Walmart parking lot. Not only because they're going to give that, but also, we've talked about running multiple apps and just waiting for the best offers on each one. We're also close to other things. There's fast food, there's other grocery stores, things like that you can kind of, have everything going and still be able to work.
What to you is unique though about Spark as opposed to the other ones as far as the pay scale goes?
So the pay scale on Spark is quite a bit higher because they're their own company working for their own company. Whereas like Instacart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, any of those other ones, you're working for a third party. They contract with these restaurants and these um, grocery stores and things like that. So they're trying to make money, and you're trying to make money, and it's all kind of a trickle down from the original. But with Spark, you're working directly for Walmart. They can pay you a significant more amount, and then the customer can tip on top of that whatever they want to.
Yeah, and sometimes in Spark you don't have to worry about the tip because you'll make enough money just delivering the groceries or whatever.
Yeah, you don't always get a tip on Walmart.
Yeah. Okay, so we're sitting in the parking lot. We get a buzz or a ding or however they send out the notifications for Walmart, and we accept. What can we expect to happen from the time we accept that order to the time? Actually, what happens after that? Okay, we accept the order. What happens?
Okay, so you go and park in their one of their designated curbside pickup areas, I guess what's called. You tell them what spot you're in. Then they come out to you. You give them your delivery access code. This is usually like a 4-digit number. They scan all the barcodes that they need to and load up your car. And then you scan them, so you make sure you have them each separated, and then you go and deliver.
Yeah, and then when you get to the house, how does that process work?
Well, you can either hand it directly to the customer, or you can leave it at their door and take a photo.
Okay. Do you have to scan the code again?
Yes. So you scan the code again to make sure that you are delivering the correct order.
So that's a great safety feature to me.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's one of the reasons why Walmart, I really liked it, because they have a lot of steps in there, but those steps help you to stay on top of your game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a great benefit. Okay, so we get to the first house, we deliver the order. Walmart calls it batches, just like Instacart, correct? I think
so.
It's been a while since we've done it. But let's just refer to it as a batch. Usually it's somewhere between 1 to 3. Usually it's one small order, a medium order, and oftentimes a large order, but I've seen small, medium.
Yeah. Or small, all the way small.
Or all small. Okay, so for the area that we used to deliver at, those kind of orders would be like $20 to $30, right?
Yeah.
And it would usually take us maybe 45 minutes on a bad time to do them, depending on where they were. And again, if Walmart says, hey, you got to drive 15 miles to deliver that, they're going to pay you.
Yeah.
My brother is still doing it in Oregon, and he oftentimes will call me and say, hey, I just picked up this order, drove 15 miles and made, 35, 45 bucks. So it's good pay. Okay, so drawbacks for Spark. I would say on the apps themselves, Spark is still, even though we don't do it right now, is still the number one. What's the drawbacks for you on Spark? Do you have any?
I don't know if I have any.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. Oh, I want to talk about. There's usually two options, right? There's they bring it out to you option. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about the shop one. That's just like if you've done Instacart, but
Yeah.
just talking to rookies here. So
you just go in and follow the prompts on the app, and you go in and you shop for their order. You don't even have to check out; it's all done on the app.
yeah,
You just confirm with the person at the entrance, and you go.
it's pretty cool because usually the shop and goes are the ones that pay a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that wraps it up for our Spark entry. We appreciate everybody joining us this evening, and we will talk to you soon.
Hey, bye.